was me in 10th grade, about 2 years after I discovered Injustice for All, playing on stage live for the first time in my life. There I stood, playing Puppet Master. Oh, I'm sorry, did you just cringe in your seat a little bit at that glaring error? Well, imagine how I feel every time I open my yearbook, which isn't that often, I'll give you that, and see this shit. They couldn't even get the goddamn song title right. Come on! I don't know what I expected growing up as a metalhead in the predominantly Southern Baptist, gun-loving, God-fearing Bible Belt. At least the crowd loved it, even if only like 5 of them knew the band, much less the song, but I didn't care. I was meant to be a musician, and musicians played live, and obsessed with Metallica and guitar as I was at this age, when the opportunity to perform at the school talent show appeared that year, that's exactly what I did. I won a little trophy too, which I still freaking have, can you believe that? And the only real point of this story was to continue the feel of where we left off in the last review. Nearly 2 years later, and owner of about 30 different Metallica shirts, which is about all I wore back then, Master of Puppets had long since become a favorite album of mine. I found things in songs like Disposable Heroes and Damage Incorporated that I related to, if in nothing else, the fast down-picking and extreme heavy metal feel they gave me as I played along to them. Songs like Sanitarium and Orion captivated me with the depth of their structure and melody. Songs like Leper Messiah? We'll get to that one. To hell with a long intro, that's what the first review needed. For now, let's get right into Master of Puppets. When Battery opens, had you never heard it, you wouldn't expect from its acoustic intro what's to follow. Running through E, F, and G, this simple Gliss-picked riff is nothing special in my opinion. Even after it switches to a heavier sound. But it certainly makes the shock of the first real riff all the more deadly when coming off of its heels. Yeah, hands down, this is one of Metallica's most deadly riffs. That's exciting. Battery might be the most appropriate title for this track, because from here on out, this song delivers jolt after jolt, as if you stuck your tongue on a 9-volt. A tribute to the fans, Battery's verse punches us in the gut. The lyrics flying at you almost as fast as the riff itself. The chorus stomps on your toes as it drives its message home. There's even a nice little riff bridging the middle to the last third of the song. And then Kirk launches into his solo. And after it ends, the song still doesn't relent as James and Kirk throw down yet another badass riff that ends far too quickly. Battery finishes off with another foray into its powerful chorus, and sensing your need to really have your ass kicked, the song turns to more of that badass riff. When you go out with an ending like that, you can't be disappointed with anything that came before it. Battery is a true classic Metallica track, and a great way to open this album. Battery! Proving what I said in my review of Injustice for All, Master of Puppets is the exception to the rule that near 9-minute songs don't make for an exciting live performance. This song is nearly perfect musically, and showcased a deep understanding of songwriting and structuring when compared to their last 2 albums. If Call of Cthulhu indicated anything, it was that the band had this kind of songwriting capabilities and that soon enough they would manifest. From its iconic intro, through the speedy down-picking wrist ruiner that follows, into its verses, which still don't give your picking hand a break. This This song is a non-stop workout, but so exciting to play along with. You kind of glide along the pre-chorus riff, into the chorus. It's like every time you turn around in this song, there's new territory being explored on the fretboard. Now after a wash, rinse, repeat, we end up in even stranger territory. A beautiful acoustic ballad comes in. Repeating once with some simple volume swells, before we're set adrift into a sea of pure guitar harmony. The pace slows down a bit with some great palm muted power chords, and then the melodic structure continues with a pre-solo? Followed by the main solo, which I kind of suck at playing now, but hey, here's me playing it like 2 years ago when I wasn't so lazy. God, what do you say about a song like this anyway? There's a reason this is so many fans' favorite album.
I don't want to be this guy, but I don't give a shit about that album.
Maybe not everybody. There's a reason this is the album title. Poor and Justice for All. More verses, more choruses, and another riff that once you hear it, you just want more of it. That is nasty. Interesting too that this riff is a nod to a Bowie song, something I didn't even know until I started researching this album. Can't say anything else about this song you probably don't already know. Live, even at almost 9 minutes, it's still a crowd pleaser to this day. But seeing it now and the way the band plays certain parts of it,
I'm talking about missing open E.
yeah, I'm sorry, but that's nothing compared to the brutal display they put on when performing it in their prime with Cliff at an even faster tempo. What are you gonna do though? Things change. The song though, the song itself still fucking rocks. One of the only drop D songs in the band's career, the thing that should not be is a force to be reckoned with. Literally. Invoking Lovecraftian ideas, this is a direction had the band chosen to take more often, I would have saluted them all the way. The clean opening riff sets the tone so perfectly as it evokes an uncomfortable feeling that something is watching you. The drums and the main riff come in so abruptly after. It feels like the song got the jump on you along with the monster. One of my favorite songs to play along to, and an exception to my don't care one way or the other about the lyrics mentality. This song is so menacing. So epic. So much bigger than the band in a way that I absolutely love it on all fronts, especially lyrically. It's jam-packed with wickedness, the riffs so often matching the dark mood and lyrical content. I consider this an essential Metallica song and one that will always find a home in my playlist. Another well-loved Metallica track in the mix here that manages to blend its ballad-like opening and heavy chorus perfectly into a song that makes you feel about as crazy as the inmates it describes.
I need that in my life.
Based loosely on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, for the most part, this song is slower than most of the album as it weaves its more clean and somber verses in and out of the mad and distorted chorus. Written to evoke similar feelings that Fade to Black brought us from Ride the Lightning, sitting in the 4th slot on the album feels about as perfect a spot as any to give us some breathing room based on the ass-kicking we'd experienced for the last 3 tracks. Soon enough, though, the song kicks into what makes it so powerful and worthy of its place on this otherwise fast-paced album with a slew of brutal down-picked open E notes. And then into pure madness. One of the greatest riffs on this album, I dare you to fucking argue. The tail riff it ends with is just as epic as its intro. Kurt comes in throwing down a master solo as well. Ending in familiar riff territory, it's fitting, honestly, and comfortable. Something an inmate would come to expect, don't you think? Familiar surroundings? I love this song, but honestly, I've just heard it so many times in my life at this point, even I'm a little tired of it. It's still solid as fuck, though, that's for sure. This song, to me, is what Metallica is about. This is pure, unadulterated Metallica. Continuing the album's themes of control and abuse of power, this song takes the perspective of a frontline soldier realizing he and his comrades are but expendable bodies. Musically, this was the band at their peak, if you ask me. It starts off kicking your ass. No count-in, no slow build-up, just... damn. And after Kirk joins in doing his little thing, the open E rings out with this backward swell rising, and you get smacked with one of the greatest open E gallops in the history of metal. This is an absolutely sinister exercise for your picking hand. Even after 20 years of playing this riff, if I'm not warmed up first, you can forget it being smooth for longer than like a minute. You don't just wake up and start fucking playing Disposable Heroes. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The thing is, I'm having a hard time critiquing this shit riff by riff because I just love every riff in this song so much that I'm just gonna say that for a bit here. I love this shit right here. I fucking love this part. I love the verse. It's basically the same picking pattern, but now we're adding in a G and a G flat and a B to the mix. Yeah, I love this riff too. I fucking love them all. I love this whole goddamn song. The chorus, oh my god, is that an extra special kind of Metallica? "10 out of 10, guys. I'm telling you. Lyrically, musically, pure fucking power. How about playing this shit live more often? Now, to their credit, they've actually been doing that. Let's also take a moment here to say 3 things. 1, rest in peace again, Cliff. We miss you. 2, Newstead was cool, and he earned his place in the band. 3, Rob fucking Trujillo brought the life back into the band, so thank you, Rob. Goddamn, work on my timing. There's no easy way to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. Leper Messiah is my least favorite song on this album. The intro is fine, I can dig it. It's not really my favorite song, man. See? The pre-verse riff is fucking amazing, I'll give it that. Even the verse riffs are okay. But lyrically, I kind of hate it. Not the message either. That's awesome, honestly. It makes me think of Send Me Your Money by Suicidal Tendencies. And it's crazy, too, that Rob used to be the bass player for that band, huh? Anyway, it's the lyrics that, for once, absolutely distract me from this song. Circus comes to town. You play the lead clown. Circus comes to town. You play the lead clown. That's just not metal to me. I fucking hate those lyrics. I don't even have a real reason why. They just feel not like James would have written them. You know, sometimes you just don't like something for reasons you can't pinpoint, and I just don't like these lyrics at all. Pre-chorus and chorus, though? Complete fucking turnaround. That is some fun-ass riffing right there. Well, honestly, I have nothing else to really say about this track. It deserves a place on the album, sure, but just me personally, this is not one of my favorites. This song would easily get the cut from a best of in a heartbeat when you got so many other bitchin' Metallica songs to listen to. Especially compositions as powerful as our next one. Cliff Burton's personal favorite, Orion. Man, this song too will be about impossible to critique in any way because there's no middle ground for me. I love everything about this song. its structure. Much like Disposable Heroes, I feel like I'm just gonna be like, I love this riff. And then I get to play this? This song gives me Anima vibes in that you need to sit down with this one personally. This song was a great example of the band broadening their horizons from their Kill 'Em All days and strictly thrash metal only style. I like the sustain. Clocking in at 8.5 minutes, you can see how hard it is to touch on all parts of this song fairly. It's just so chock full of stellar songwriting, it deserves your full attention from start to finish. This is my favorite track off of the album. And much like Dyer's Eve and Disposable Heroes, is Metallica in their prime. Now after its beautiful intro written by Cliff, consisting of backwards bass swells, and I'm pretty sure there's an organ mixed in there as well, I've read over the years. We get this epic volume swell into one of my favorite starts to any Metallica song ever. I loved this song so much in high school. I wore this goddamn shirt almost every day, so much so that my friends made fun of me.
Oh my god, you're not wearing Damage Incorporated, holy shit.
It's just because of how powerful this song was and still is to me. The pre-verse riff is fast as fuck. The verse is ridiculously fun to play along with its triplets. And the chorus itself, B, G, A, G, G flat. I don't quite know why, but it feels so fucking epic of a power chord progression with James screaming the way he does over it. And then whispering. The middle ground riff is a masterpiece, even if I don't quite play it right. Much like Dyer's Eve ended And Justice for All with you wanting more, Damage Inc. does just the same, finishing Master of Puppets off with not a bang but an explosion. Both songs end on an E5 as well. I just kind of find that interesting. Now, personally, even though it sounds like shit, I think Justice is the better of the two albums musically. The riffs are just on fire with originality, but considering it came after Puppets, a band is expected to grow composition-wise, so considering this is only the third album by Metallica, it's certainly earned its place in thrash metal history. Unlike a lot of metal bands from the day, few have had the staying power of Metallica, even after lineup changes, haircuts, lawsuits,
unless you download it until it sleeps from Napster. Then you're going to motherfucking jail.
and questionable side projects to say the least. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Puppets through my eyes, and hopefully I'll see you again soon as we continue backwards towards Kill 'Em All. And if you're wondering why we're going backwards, make sure you check out the first of these Metallica reviews I did, And Justice for All. I explained it in depth there. See you next time.